We are live. Welcome back to my Friday night live stream that I do every single Friday night. Now, tonight it's a little bit later than usual because we had Dr. Chafee visit the Steak and Butter Gang as a guest speaker, and we just finished. So we're hopping on live. I have my team backstage ready to hop on and answer questions, contribute, but I want to open up with today's topic and theme. You guys probably saw the thumbnail and title. Influencers that I personally trust versus avoid, and I want to talk about it with you guys. I also want to hear from you while I open. What are some red flags and what are some things that make you feel like, okay, this content creator or influencer is not really for me. I'm not loving the vibes. And so I will not listen to this person. So feel free to share what it is that you watch out for, maybe some telltale signs that maybe display that it's just not the right creator for you. We now have a fantastic carnivore diet documentary, and it just dropped today, June 20th, today. If you're watching this in the future, it's already out. Please go to animal.movie/how to watch. In fact, let me just drop this in the chat for you guys. It's in the live chat, but let me just show you what it looks like. Animal, period. I just call it Animal. But this documentary is a hardcore carnivore diet documentary. I love you guys too. And this literally features all of the most amazing carnivore voices. If I were to hand select a cast to represent the carnivore diet, I would select every single person Vinny already casted. So Vinny is the creator. He started this document. He's the reason why this documentary is up and out to the world. And he really did a phenomenal job choosing the best doctors, the best spokespeople. I would remove myself. I don't know why I'm in there, but everybody else, chef's kiss, so good. It is such a good documentary. I watched it just a few days ago. I went to the premiere and met all of the team of the Animal documentary. And I'm telling you, this will change so many people's minds. So I need your help. Yes, it's out to view in your home with your family, with your friends, but I want you guys to help me share it on all platforms, whatever page that you've got, whatever groups that you're in. Please share it with the link that I dropped in the live chat so that everybody can watch it. People can gift it to people who you feel like could really use a carnivore diet to get healthier. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thank you again for joining the live. Let's talk a little bit more about influencers that we trust and maybe have stopped listening to. Here are my top influencers. All of the faces right here. Dr. Sean Baker, just now, if you don't mind sharing that again, Lindy, for me. Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Chafee, Sally K. Norton, Dr. Bright is my top favorite. I have to say she's my number one. Dr. Bright is the reason why I'm a high-fat carnivore. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, Lindy, for me so that we see the faces clearer. But my favorite influencers, and if you guys want to call them carnivore doctors, whatever word you want to call them, I listen to these people every single day. Dr. Kilt, his live streams are amazing. He visits the SBG. Dr. Chafee, I literally just listened to him for 45 minutes. He was answering questions in SBG. Who was in that meeting? Let me know. Dr. Ovadia, just literally the go-to and the only person that I trust when it comes to heart health and cholesterol, learning about labs. I trust him. I mean, Dr. Baker's the go-to for athleticism and working out, building muscle. Coach Raymond is my go-to for fasting and making sure I'm eating enough. Okay, Dr. Berg is great. Dr. Bright is the reason why I'm high fat. So all of these faces are people that I trust and people that I listen to. They're the people who live a carnivore diet. They've walked it. They are literally helping patients heal with a carnivore diet. So they understand. Anybody else who is advising, well, you should count your calories, you should work out harder, you should restrict harder, I shut up. I unfollow. I don't listen. I just surround myself with voices that lift me up. So that's something else that, by the way, our next phase of the 90-day challenge is going to be starting July 1st. The link is down below in the description box to learn what is included, how to win the $2,000. We give away this $2,000 total in cash prizes every single phase. So every 90-day challenge phase, you are going to be entered to win this cash prize. Okay, so let me stop this share screen. One more thing I really want to bring up is a red flag that I automatically like keep in touch with myself when I watch people is, after watching this person's content, do I feel inspired, motivated, and really heard? Or do I feel stressed out? Do I feel like my cortisol went up a little bit? Do I feel like I need to scramble a little bit? So I always check in with how content made me feel. Okay. So if whenever you watch new people or people that you usually watch, whatever it is, I hope that you always leave my videos, at least, or the people that you love, with inspiration, with more knowledge, with something that maybe made you think a little bit harder, but never should you feel, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I need to change things up. I feel like I have to calorie restrict harder. Just some food for thought there. Okay. So drop your favorite creators that you have on repeat on your phone, on your laptops, on your TV, in your car. I would love to learn about all the people that you guys love. Let me bring on Coach Raymond next, and I want to hear from him. Raymond, who are some of your favorite creators? Maybe some creators you've stopped listening to. Welcome.
Uh, I I like your way of looking at it. So my favorite creators are just like you. I like how you're saying that if you start counting calories, the ones who are very big into more athleticism, it's kind of like that's all it's about. I want something about health. So you had a
Yeah.
great lineup: Dr. Chafee, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Baker, of course. I mean, they're all great favorites, and every now and then I'll peek in and see what's going on there. Kelly
Yeah.
Hogan, you know,
Yeah.
they're just amazing people that I still every now and then check in with them, and but since I've been doing a lot more of my own coaching, I've been just kind of um, listening to the community more than anything else,
Oh,
because
I
you
love
get
that.
really big insights from them. You know what their struggles are. Believe it or not, even though if I'm not really in the chats, I actually watch the chats and see what their struggles, see how people answer,
Me
and see how people feel things. Yeah, because it matters, and that's where I get my most learning out of. It's odd, right? But to me, that helps me lately.
I love that. I love that. Um, Thank you for that, Raymond. I love everything you said there. The community, by the way, for example, these live streams are some of my favorite moments to learn from what the community needs more of. So if you come to these live streams weekly, you're not new here, you know that we take on a lot of questions every Friday night. And so I always have a good representation of what are some of the buzzing confusions, the things that people want more of, based on these very nice live streams that we do here every Friday night. I know I'm frozen. I'll be back visually, but hopefully you can still hear me. So you guys coming to these Friday night live streams and being so vocal, being so open about what you're struggling with, dropping your questions, really gives us a really good idea of how the carnivore diet movement is going. Okay. And what you guys need more of, maybe less of. So thank you guys. I'm going to bring on our next team member, Melanie. Okay, let me just add her to the stage right now. Melanie, who do you listen to? Who do you maybe avoid?
Well, of course, my number one is Bella. Hello.
Aw,
Of
thank
course.
you.
Thank
You
you.
know,
I'm glad you said
always
that.
has
Yes.
been, started at SPG, will always end at SPG. But no, I
So
think
sweet.
there's some great influencers out there. I like to call them experts. Dr. Lisa Wiederman, one of my favorites. Of course,
Yes.
always Ken Berry. Another new guy that's up and coming, JT Carnivore. I love him. His brain is just brilliant. And I really don't like to go into who I stay away from because, everybody has their different take and, they have their kind of own beliefs. And it's kind of like what we teach that what works for you, right? So not everything works for everybody. And so I kind of tend to lean towards who I follow. And of course, Dr. Baker. I mean, there's so many Dr. Kiltz. I mean, you could just go down the list. But yeah, so those are some of my
Beautiful.
favorites.
Solid list. Now, Laura's here. Would love to know, who are your favorite creators to listen and learn from, Laura? Oh, and you're just muted. So let me help you unmute there one more time.
Got it.
Okay, great.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Happy Friday evening. I started with Dr. Berry was the first person, and through Dr. Berry, I found Bella and Steak and Butter Gang. And as Melanie said, I am first and foremost an SBG gal, and will always be because I believe so strongly in the priming protocol. I do enjoy also listening to Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. She is very knowledgeable and dives so much into um, circadian rhythm and light and sunlight in our eyes and whether or not we should be using sunscreen. And she just does so many deep dives into everything. So I love her content as well. JT Carnivore is another one. Melanie, it's kind of like laughing. It's like, oh, same things. Very much so. I really seem to gravitate to the more pure, the less fuss there is, and the more basic carnivore. Those influencers are what really resonate with me.
Beautiful. I love that. And I just love seeing all of the names that you guys are dropping. I saw, yep, I'm looking at Sean O'Mara. He's fantastic with the visceral fat. I want to also give a shout out to Max German. Max German is a special one because he's like 21, I think. And I've met him in person. He came all the way from New Zealand to visit me and my husband in Las Vegas. And he spent like a whole week with us just to hang out and get to know us. And he is such a committed and passionate carnivore voice right now. And I would love to request you guys to maybe after this live stream, go check him out on his YouTube channel. It's literally Max German Carnivore and you'll find him. I know a lot of you guys already follow him, but we need to support the young voices. I'm 28. Okay. Anyone who's under 28, let's really push them up so that they can also help the younger generation, please. Fantastic. Love this opener. Okay, we're going to dive right into questions. I already see a bunch collected. For those who are new here, to submit your questions for this entire panel tonight, start with a capital Q and then type out your question. We're going to really rapid fire tonight and try to get through a lot. Okay, so with the first one coming from Joyce. Welcome. Joyce wants to know how to help her husband. Oh, help. Husband is losing too much weight. All right, Raymond, take it away. What do you think?
Wow, that's actually a tough one because I am actually working with a client that's losing weight very quickly. He said he's at his high school weight and he's worried that he'll lose even more weight. Now, as we know, carnivore really is a body. It puts the body where it should be eventually. Problem is early on there can be challenges to keep on weight for those who are already very lean. And the strategies that I did was very simple. I went ahead and told him to do raw milk and drinking a couple glasses a day, eating 3 to 4 meals a day. Of course, there's only so much you can do with that. So he gets too full and he got meat aversion. So I then told him to eat leaner so that he can actually be able to eat more, which is a nice little strategy in itself. So there are little tricks that you can do there. And of course, if you're very stubborn, like the body's just stubborn for low energy and all that kind of stuff, you can try to play with the salt. There are some that are bad enough that they might need a little slower transitioning in. So I like to use the banana trick, where you use 1 banana per day. And that kicks it off where the body gets enough of that kindle to start the fire to get the fat burning properly. So yeah, lots of little tricks to do.
I also want to share that. Yeah. What do you think of raw dairy for Joyce's husband to open up that appetite?
Yep, that's what I said. Raw milk. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And, raw cheese, any of that. Yeah.
Great.
Yogurt.
Great. Well, yogurt. Well, I recently, if you guys missed my last live stream where I really talked about it, I recently found a raw dairy farm that ships to most states. Last time I said all states, and somebody said it doesn't ship to one specific state. So most states. Okay. So if you're in the States, Joyce, maybe consider getting some high quality raw dairy. yes, you can potentially also go with pasteurized dairy, but it can inflame people and it's just more inflammatory and harder to digest. It causes bloat. Like, we don't want your husband to gain weight and also feel terrible, right? So we want him to gain healthy, good weight. And I think raw dairy is going to be fantastic. So Lindy, if you don't mind pulling up the Miller's link if you have it and then dropping it in the live chat. I actually don't see it in the description box, so I'll put it there right now. Okay, so that's that. Let's keep going. Family roots. I've been carnivore 10 months. I do hear some white noise when you move your mic, Raymond. I think
Thank you.
that would
Yep.
be okay. I've been carnivore 10 months. I lost 30 pounds, then had stall in January. The last 2 months, I've gained 12 pounds back. Any advice? Okay, lost 30 pounds and had a stall in January. The last 2 months, I've gained 12 pounds back. Any advice? Honestly, my best advice is join a transformation challenge. That's what these transformation challenges are about. That's why we started it from 30 days to we morphed it into a 90-day transformation challenge, because we're starting to realize with carnivore diet, not everyone, most people actually don't get that weight loss and body recomposition until after a few months. So we say after 2 months, try to reach for 3 months. Better if you can just stick with it a little bit longer, but a challenge really does help you. So let me just show you guys what you get when you join the transformation challenge. So if you click on the 90-day challenge for me, we can see the events coming up. Okay. There's no way you will not get the troubleshooting and the help and the motivation and the guidance that you need when you look at the events that we offer here. So if you go up, we have priming, carnivore for beginners every single Monday. So if you're new, you've got questions that you just need answers to, you need a troubleshoot, Coach Raymond's got you. He answers all the beginner questions. He teaches you how to prime, which we truly see amazing success with new members trying to lose weight, trying to nourish and heal. You've got fasting, and we have all of the best doctors come in as well. If you scroll down, we've got Dr. Hampton. We've got sugar and carb addiction recovery for anyone who is struggling with that. We have NSV party every single week to celebrate everybody's wins, because I think that's so very, very, very important. And we give away prizes. Dr. Bright comes all the time in SBG, and I'm working on getting her to come much more regularly because her advice for women is the best. And then we've got kickoff day to reset for the July challenge. And we reset and kick off for the next phase on July 1st. So just a heads up. We've got Dr. Daraj. He is Dr. Seyfried, the cancer expert's right hand. Like, he's studying under Dr. Seyfried. So he would be fantastic to answer any cancer related questions. And so many more. The Chafee, Kilts, Baker, they come every single month. So, with questions like these, we can try to guess and give you some light feedback. But again, there's no one size fits all. I think all of us on the panel right here can agree. If you went carnivore, you're not losing weight, or you're even gaining weight, it could be so many variables. It could, I'm compelled to say that that's good. You should be gaining weight. Okay. I mean, are you eating stevia though? Are you having cheat meals over the weekend? Because obviously that's going to also affect your overall weight loss journey. But if you have things to heal, we expect weight gain before we see weight loss and body recomposition. Now, I want Melanie to talk about this, because Melanie, you've gone through quite a whirlwind of a journey yourself when it comes to weight loss and reaching your health goals. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that. I struggled a lot when I first started carnivore, and you just have to trust the process. I worked with Raymond and Emily. I kind of took the extra leap to hire 2 coaches, and so I was really beneficial in that, because for me, I was gaining weight and I was trying to lose weight, but realizing that I needed to heal first. And the other problem was I was under eating. I mean, most women don't realize that you're under eating, and when you under eat, we've been trained to 500, 1,000 calories, 1,500 calories. It's just not enough. So yeah, I just feel like it does happen, and for me, it definitely happened. I'm almost 4 years now into it. My body has totally changed from when I first started, and it's been the best thing that I've ever could have done for myself.
Amazing. We're so proud of you. Thank you for that. Let's keep going. All right. So this one says Dr. Fung promotes intermittent fasting and lowering calories can lower metabolic rate. Absolutely. That is correct. So doesn't fasting lower calories? Confused. Raymond, you're the fasting expert here. What do you think?
Yes. So here's what I like. And Dr. Fung doesn't really talk about this piece about nourished fasting. If you're properly nourished, then you won't have a problem with a lower metabolic rate. As a matter of fact, when you prime, that's one of the things that happens. Usually people get into that meat sweat. All that means is your metabolism's just like skyrocketing. And that's the
Mm.
idea. So the idea to go into fasting, a nourished fast, is you get your metabolism super high, and then you start getting into a fast where it lowers a little bit. And of course, you're watching yourself so you don't get too low. And this is why I created a program that you're very careful not to get to the malnourished point. And we don't ever want to get there. Now, does it lower your calorie fasting? It depends on the type of fasting you do. And with Dr. Fung, he even said that fasting is not a lower calorie diet because there's a study out there that had the same amount of calories from people not fasting and people who fast, but the same amount of calories. And they saw inches actually and loss of weight from just intermittent fasting. So it has nothing to do with calories, which is kind of mind-boggling, right? But take a look at that study or do some research. Ask your AI, and they'll probably pull it up.
Fantastic. Okay, let's keep going. We've got Penny. Welcome. Bella is no. Oh, I know you don't, but I have been Botox free for 3 years. What facials do you do? I do microneedling, kind of spicy. Is it too invasive? Okay. So I used to try all of the facials and the lasers when I had cystic acne because I was desperate to do anything and try anything to get that cystic acne away. And if you look at my skin before photos, maybe Lindy, if you don't mind pulling it up so I can just show you guys just how intense it was for anyone who's new. Take your time, no rush. Um, Microneedling for my cystic acne at that time didn't do much because the root of the problem was what I was eating. So if you're not fixing your diet and you're not cleaning up your diet and eating the right foods and healing your gut, your skin will continue to produce more pimples. So once I changed my diet, I've become the laziest person. I don't do facials. I do not pay money for skincare even anymore. I just eat tons of high fat foods. I eat sticks of butter. I notice that when I'm very high fat, I literally see a glow on my skin. So I feel like the fat that I'm ingesting is hydrating me from the inside out, and I can see it, I can feel it. I still remember when I was living in New York as a vegan, my skin would have eczema, it would have rosacea, but also it would flake. Like it would flake so hard no matter how much cream, aquaphor, lotion I slathered on my skin, it would still be very dry. So it's crazy because now naturally my skin is just a very hydrated face skin, even without any moisturizer. I do like to use a no alcohol, no fragrance skincare whenever I do put anything on my face. So there you go. Thank you, Lindy. So you can see the pimples. I needed something to remove the pimples. And in my after photo, you can see some pigmentation of my scars. I still have the scars to this day. I'm sure I can like invest in lasers or microneedling to help with the scars and the pits because I'll have, if you see it under the light, there's like indentations in my skin from when I used to have the pimples. But honestly, I'm proud of it. I don't really care. I love it. Like I am able to just accept my skin for how it is with the light scarring, and I think it's better than any result that I could ever imagine, thanks to the carnivore diet. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have recommendations for those types of facials, but sometimes I'll do a little raw egg mixed with some kefir. Okay. And then I'll throw in some fat and I'll just put it as a mask. So you can make a lot of carnivore animal-based masks that really help clear out the pores, maybe give you that extra glow. If you guys want to see some videos of my go-to animal-based masks, I can definitely film it and post it. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Okay, let me remove that and then let's keep going. Okay. Let me know, by the way, based off this question, if any of you guys have recommendations for skincare, facials. Oh, Aspen, why are you so loud? Okay. I don't know what he's barking at. Okay, Mika says, I am level 1, week 4. I gained 20 pounds, but measurements are the same. I need to lose fat. How do I begin losing inches? I feel great and have tons of energy. Looking forward to seeing the physical changes. So look, keep in mind, level 1, week 4, Raymond, you know what to say.
Yeah, you're right there. You just started level 1, week 4. That's where you're doing your 23-hour fast and the 223 ones to see whether you are properly nourished. I mean, that's all that level 1, week 4 is. You're not even into the fasting stage per se. You have level 2 and level 3 to go through. And of course, I'm very happy your measurements stayed the same. Some folks don't. But once you get into the routine, things start really taking off. The good thing is that even past the 90 days, you will see your body just working and changing all at that same time. Perhaps not necessarily weight, but hopefully from body composition. We want the body composition changes more than anything else. The shifting of the looks and all of that. That's why we're encouraged to take pictures.
You're muted.
Yeah, thank you. Doing great. Keep us posted. A lot of the times we get members who join the challenge and we feel a little bit of impatience, but the health, the healing, and the permanent weight loss is a long-term journey. This is, again, a carnivore diet, or at least the way that we encourage you guys to do it, is no shortcut. It is not a shortcut. Okay. So when
And I
you
want to
take
say,
the
Bella,
long way, yeah, go ahead, please.
I'll say, Bella, that was really genius to just really get people locked into the 90 days because of that. Because really,
That's
you're
why I
just
changed it.
starting out. That's right. That's right. And, we'd hate for you to just do a month and then just feel all disappointment because of instances like this.
That's literally why I changed it, because when I phrase it as the 30-day challenge, people think that they get the results in 30 days. They drop in with us, they spend 30 days and they leave. And I'm like, wait. We're so close, So that's why it's a 90-day. Okay. It's a 90-day transformation challenge, because I personally believe, or at least from the success rate that I've seen from members who stick with us 90 days plus, the transformations are better. Absolutely. When you stick to it for 90 days at least. And SPG meetup right there, linked down below if you guys want to join us for phase 2. SW says, Bella and Raymond, I'm on week 3 and I decided to continue 3 meals because my hunger still is not there. Okay. My problem is I'm so exhausted. I'm a naturally high energy person and this is hard. Why don't you go first, Raymond?
Absolutely. Of course, it's kind of hard. I note that I've said, let's look for opening your hunger up. And sometimes it's just going to take a little bit of training. Eating that 3 meal a day is a lot of work. When you're exhausted, I would love it if you took a chance to take a nap. Now, we don't know what your background is, your age, what's going on, how much healing you really have to do. But typically, this can happen until you go to 2 meals a day. When you start going to 2 meals a day, you'll start noticing a little energy rising and all of that. But if you're enjoying these 3 meals, I definitely think you should keep going for sure. Now, as far as your hunger isn't there are some people that don't get that hunger part back until a little later on when they start doing the little fasting portion of it. So I like to bounce back and forth and seeing what your able is capable of doing.
I want to emphasize that the coffee after breakfast that I learned from
Mhm.
Raymond and still to this day implement has been a huge catalyst for me to actually feel my hunger and my satiation even better. So I feel more in tune when I listen to Raymond and I do the coffee after breakfast every single day. And People even get tripped up when I say coffee after breakfast. Breakfast? Wait, so you're telling me I need to eat a breakfast? Because too many people these days skip breakfast. Okay. We all know. So I know that a lot of carnivores and keto people were huge fans of intermittent fasting. We already get it. Intermittent fasting is amazing. But sometimes you can take it too far. And the best time to fast, in my opinion, is after breakfast, after you've eaten that breakfast, not the other way around, where you skip the breakfast and you push it as hard as you can until you're starving in the middle of the day. And then you break the fast and then you have a crash. What's the point of that? Right? If you start your day with a breakfast, then have the coffee, then listen to what Raymond recommends for you in the challenge, I promise you, you're going to be more in tune with the hunger. You will be eventually a high energy person again and with no issues. So, again, it's a lot of trusting the process and challenging your body to do something different because you've already tried everything. You've done the same things. The results are not here. That's why you're coming to us for help, right? So, trust the process. Listen to Raymond. Keep us posted. You're doing great. Caleb, I like lifting YouTubers. Vince Wilkinson is my favorite. Do we know who Vince Wilkinson is? Great. I personally don't, but Caleb is 16. Another voice we can really support. Caleb's Carnivore Quest, go follow him. And he's 16, and his biggest goal is he wants to be a strongman. How cool is that? You can do it. That's awesome. All right. Power Ranger says having burning sensation on keto in the morning, 1 meal a day, greens plus pasture raised 6 eggs. This is a new problem. Skinny as hell. Okay. So burning sensation on keto in the morning. What could that be? Heartburn?
Burning sensation. I mean, that's vague. Yeah, it could be heartburn. It could be burning. What else could it be?
Yeah, the burning sensation is a little bit general. Any thoughts,
Right.
Laura?
And skinny as hell. Well,
No, I'm wondering if the greens are giving him issues too. Possibly,
Yeah.
if you're having that on basically going in with greens on an empty stomach, and he says keto. So does that mean there's extra fat? I don't know.
so
It
meats
is
and
kind of-
greens.
Yeah, it says greens and pasture raised 6 eggs. I think he means vital farm eggs.
Oh, Vital Farm.
Pastured eggs.
Burning on body.
Oh,
Legs after massaging it in the morning.
massaging it in the morning.
Yeah, this is not typical. Not typical. So burning on the body, does this mean on the skin? Does it mean your muscles feel sore and tired? Give us some more details. We'll definitely circle back to you, okay?
Yeah.
Dee Dee, in the morning, I pull weeds and I get pressure in my heart. I have to lay down. Then it goes away. And this is before I eat. So before she eats, she gets pressure in the heart. What are we thinking?
Can I go on this one?
Please.
So
Go ahead.
this morning I was at spin class, and I only had coffee with some butter in it. I didn't eat because I was starting a sardine reset today, so I didn't want sardines before spin class. Anyway, and I'll tell you what, I was beginning to wonder if I was having a gallbladder attack, but what it was the positioning I was in, and it was like air trapped. And if you're thinking you're pulling weeds, you're bent over like that, it was probably the same sort of thing. And it's like air trapped. And the pressure is, I couldn't believe how painful it was. And I'm thinking, oh, good Lord, what's going on here? Because I never have that. But sure enough, when I got off the bike and started moving around, all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, it's all gone now. So I think it was the positioning. We were doing hill climbs and sprints. And so you're all hunched over. And I think it was just air that gets trapped. And that would be the same sort of positioning if you're pulling weeds, I would think.
Yeah, good point. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let's keep going. This is from Steph. Is there too much bacon in a day? I eat it every day. Look at the heads. About 5 to 10 pieces a day, along with lots of eggs. Is 5 to 10 pieces a day too much?
You're
Oh,
good.
can I say this right here? Okay,
Yes.
5 to 10 pieces a day. I eat a pound of bacon a day in one sitting, so it's not too much. I'm just saying. At least I do the baker style. I'm sorry. Um, uh, I'm just drawing a blank on his name. Anyways, Kimberry. Sorry, with the baker, the
Oh,
bacon
bacon
chips in the
chips.
pan,
Bacon chips.
and I eat the whole pan. I mean, it's like
Oh,
5
hell
or
yeah.
6 pieces. I'd be
Well,
starving.
yes,
Unless you're gonna
yes,
have like 10 eggs with it.
exactly. Anything to help you eat at least like a pound in a meal is amazing. It's amazing. So no such thing as too much bacon in a day. Just make sure there's no sugar, okay? Because they like to sneak that in the ingredients. Just make sure.
Low
All right.
sodium bacon at Costco has no sugar.
Costco. Yeah, I hear a lot of great things about that one. All right, Caleb says, Raymond, if I want to build as much muscle as possible, is priming a good idea? My energy's very high, strength is high, not having any issues that I'm looking to fix with priming.
Yeah, I really would push that quite a bit. And you may be actually to the point where you're looking at smaller meals if you cannot just do the big meals. So, I mean, food's going to create muscle. Now, as long as you keep it active, you're going to use it. At your age, Caleb, man, you could put on some pounds. So, but Melanie, I want to hear what you think.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I eat a lot more when I'm training because a lot of times I undereat and I pay for it. Like the other day I worked out, the day before I didn't eat enough and I really struggled at the gym. So especially Caleb, you're only 16 years old, boy, eat your heart
Yeah.
out. I would say eat as much as you
Exactly.
can because you're young and you're working out and you want to be a strong man. So I would say
Yeah,
there's no limits really for him. I think he could eat as much as he wanted to.
exactly. Great
Mhm.
answers. Perfect. Tina, can you go over priming a bit? I can't afford the monthly fee until August, but starting July 1st, and I want to start properly. That's really great that you're
Oh,
so open to it and you want to learn now.
mhm.
Absolutely, we can give a general idea of what it is. Can I try to define it, Raymond, for Tina?
I'd love you to. I'd love you to.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, Tina, firstly, I know visually I'm frozen, but you can hear me, right? I'll be back.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're an undereater and okay, this is how you know if you're an undereater. If you sit down and try to eat a carnivore meal, can you eat a full pound of meat in one sitting easily? If you feel like 2 eggs and 2 strips of bacon and maybe some butter on the side is as much as you can eat, priming is going to be for you. It's really going to be for you because it helps you up the metabolism. It helps you open up that appetite. It helps you really just nourish yourself. It also helps you break down that fear of eating more. And most of us women have that fear ingrained in our minds, in our hearts. And you almost need permission from a coach like Raymond or a doctor like Phil Smith to tell you, hey, Tina, it's okay to eat. The consistency to me is what matters because a lot of people join our live streams. They're excited. They're ready to start tomorrow. They're ready to prime on their own. I don't think they prime for more than 3 days in a row. I'll just call it. But when you have a team checking in with you like every other day, you have Raymond having his priming classes every week, you are motivated and you are reminded that, look, everybody else is getting all these benefits. Raymond is so committed to helping people. I must move forward. I must stick to it. But I think it's great that you want to start priming now. 3 meals a day to keep it nice and simple for you. 3 meals a day, but you must have coffee after breakfast. Raymond says it's a very strong encouragement. I say it is a must. You're not going to reap the benefits of priming if you open your day, you wake up in the morning, right? Your cortisol is already up. You have your coffee fasted, your cortisol goes higher. Why? Eat that breakfast, then have the coffee. If that's anything you do in July, Tina, I think you're going to actually feel some really incredible things. You might even quit coffee. We hear that all the time. Some amazing things happen when you do that every day. And then in August, when you want to join us, if you want to join us, we will be here and you can choose to do priming seriously with the team, or you can move on to month 2. But The link is right there on screen for anyone who is ready to join, who feels ready to commit. Raymond, how did I do?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Okay, let's keep going. Monica, ooh, what's your recommendation for fasting for women 20s to 30s? Is there really any benefit if mostly eating meat, eggs, and butter? Oh, if there's benefit for fasting. Okay. Dr. Bright and Dr. Kiltz give conflicting advice. I'm aware Dr. Kiltz is pro fasting. Dr. Bright is anti fasting, right, ladies? Will we agree? Yeah.
Yes.
She's pretty anti-fasting. However, I still say Dr. Bright is my number one source of information and knowledge, because Dr. Bright has the best info on why women should choose a high-fat carnivore. But here's the beauty of having such a great selection of doctors to learn from these days. Like 6 years ago, we didn't have nearly as many doctors who vocally talk about it online as we do now, which is amazing. And we will have more, I promise you, in the future. But for now, I see these many doctors and their awesome personalities as just books to learn from and like people to take what I feel like will benefit me. And I just leave what I feel like I don't need to practice or I don't need to be interested in, you know? So Dr. Kiltz loves fasting, but he's also a gentleman. He's not a lady, right? So I always keep that in mind as well. Dr. Bright works with women specifically with serious thyroid problems, adrenal problems, who have a lot of hormonal healing to do. So keep that in mind. What she focuses on and what she devotes a lot of her energy and time into is hormones, uh, adrenals, and thyroid healing. But what she doesn't need to help people with is women who are already very healthy, who have already been taking care of themselves. So if you want to dive into fasting, your period is regular. This is my advice. As long as your period is regular and you truly are nourished, go ahead and experiment with the fasting because I think fasting is such an excellent way to, I don't know, speed up healing, tap into the autophagy benefits. Laura, you love fasting. I mean, you love dry fasting. Talk a little bit about how it's benefited you.
Um, it, I, to begin with, when I came to SBG, excuse me, I never thought I would be able to fast. And I really wasn't terribly interested in that piece of it. My thought was, no, I just want to get rid of these sugar cravings and I'm really could care less about this fasting stuff. But as you go on, you find that you do want to do it. You want to follow the calendar. You want to see if you can be successful. You want to see if you're really nourished and if you can go easily into these fasts. So I did that. Again, I had to return to priming, doing some mini primes a couple times in that 90-day calendar, but probably 4 months out from my start, I was able to complete my 72 hours. And I was like, okay, good, I did it. I never have to do it again. But now I just naturally go into them. I'll wake up, maybe I've been out for a good dinner on a Saturday night. I'll come home on Sunday morning, or I'll come home, go to bed. I get up Sunday morning and I'm like, I think I could fast today. And some of those fasts can turn into 88 hours, 109 hours. And lately I've been doing dry fasts and I find those to be even easier than a water fast. And it's a great reset for your body. It helps with your skin. Those of you that have more weight to lose, and if you're concerned about, having excess skin, I found it really helped. When I initially lost weight, I lost weight way too fast, not doing carnivore, doing something else. And it really wreaked havoc with my skin. And I think the fasting piece is what has brought back a more youthful looking face for me. I feel it's tightened up the skin on my arms where, you get women my age, you get crepey skin. Anyway, I don't do it all the time, but when I do it, I do it successfully now because I am nourished. And as Raymond said, nourished fasting is so totally different than what even those of you that have come into this saying, oh, I fast all the time. I'd almost be willing to say 9 times out of 10, you were white knuckling it and didn't even realize it. So
Beautifully said. And then just remind everyone, how young are you?
70 years young. Oh, soon to be 71 years young.
I mean, I surround myself with women like Laura and Melanie. Like this is how I want to be when I'm 70 years young. This is so inspiring. So that's why I wanted Laura to share her little story with her fasting experience, because I think when you learn your body and you find your own sweet spot, we here in SBG, we encourage you to start experimenting. Like, we encourage you to step outside of the safety zone and just experiment with things, even with fasts that maybe scare you a little bit. Why not? Maybe even dry fasting down the line, just to see what your body can handle and how it reacts to these awesome modalities.
Can I
Yeah.
just add one more thing with the dry fasting? And this really surprised me because when I water fast, I tend to have a more erratic sleep. But dry fasting, I sleep like a rock. I mean, I go to
Wow.
bed and I rarely ever sleep more than 6.5 hours. That's just, I've always been that way. But I could sleep 7.5 hours dry fasting. But with a water fast, I'm still, at 6.5 hours is my norm. And sometimes even earlier than that, I'm up. But there's something about the dry fasting, which Raymond never shared, or maybe he didn't know. I don't know. But as Bella said, you find out things doing this that you didn't know your body's capable of. So I found that an
I love that.
interesting.
Well, Dee Dee says, Laura, I'm 70 and I do not appear to look young like you. You do not look a day over 50.
Thank you, Dee Dee. That's so sweet
so
of you to
sweet.
say.
That's what we're thinking, all of us. Trust me.
Dee Dee, I honestly, and Bella's heard me say this, Raymond's heard me say it, Melanie, and all my
Yeah.
friends who are not carnivores. We were just talking about this tonight. I was out, got home in time to get on this live. I swear it's aging in reverse. That's what I
Yes.
feel like is happening to me. And I can
You are.
just, for the young people, if you start at Bella's age or your age, good God, what are you going to look like? What are you going to look like? What's Bella going to look like at 70? She'll put me to shame if this continues. So I'm telling you, believe it, trust the process, believe it though. I swear it's aging in reverse.
Absolutely. Whatever Laura's doing, listen to her, because clearly it is working. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Mariana, welcome. Can you do raw dairy or yogurt while going through histamine? Do you recommend a brand? My appetite is almost zero. Thanks for including that last sentence. The appetite being almost zero makes me compelled to say, go forth with the raw dairy. In fact, embrace it fully. It helps open up that appetite. It helps you really embrace the hunger again and feel true hunger and true satiation. Yes, I do have a recommendation for brand, and it's Miller's Biofarm. I found them just a month ago when I went to Meat Stock in Tennessee, and I'm going to drop it in the live chat for you guys. It's also in the description box. I will never stop talking about them. And I actually really hope that they don't get what do you call it when the government shuts them down, because if they get too popular, if they get too
Yeah.
popular, they may be at risk, because they sell their products as raw dairy for dogs and pets. That's what it's labeled for. That's how they can ship it to so many of us in so many states. And so I'm ordering the hell out of them. I'm eating it every single day. I'm telling you, I feel so good when I eat raw dairy, high quality raw dairy. I eat it every day. My favorite one from them is the cottage cheese. Stunning. I get their raw butter, obviously, every day. I eat that. Love their bursting kefir. Not for the faint-hearted, okay? It's very sour and very acidic. If you don't like sour, go for the mild raw kefir. But cottage cheese is their best one by far. Highly
And we
recommend.
can all attest to it because we all had it at Meat Stock and it is delicious.
Yeah, you guys
I
did.
didn't try the
Right.
last one you just said, the kefir that was like really sour, but I don't think they
Yeah.
offered that one there.
Yeah, they were selling it, but they didn't give out samples. So
Okay.
anything from them is very healthy for sure. So let's keep going. Okay, Carol, I'm carnivore 4 years. Past 6 months, I've had hair loss and thinning. I'm going to give this to Laura.
You're probably under eating. Um, not enough fat, under eating, even in carnivore, it can happen. So that's what I would look at. I would look at first is, maybe, we don't like to track. I'm so anti-tracking. And one of the things that made me love the idea of carnivore was that I didn't have to track anything, but I will go on and track periodically, because even I find almost 4 years in that there are times when I'm under eating. And when I start to feel a lag, when it's like, well, why am I not feeling as good as I normally am? Well, if I track for a couple days, I find out, oh, I have 1,200 calories, 1,300 calories. So, and the fat too. I too eat high fat carnivore. So I try to keep it as close to a 2-to-1 ratio as possible. And that's when I do feel my best. So.
Melanie, how about you? You have amazing hair.
Yeah, I went through that. And I thought it was my thyroid, but I actually, it was because I was under eating. And so, and when I started bumping up the fat, that really helped my hair. Now it's all nice and silky. So yeah, it's could be under eating. I mean, being almost 4 years, I know for a fact I undereat. I still undereat. And it's hard sometimes, because I just, like today, I've had some sockeye salmon with goat cheese and butter. I made a little, kind of pate thing. But then today I had a steak, and that's all I've had. So again, I'm under eating. I'm full, you know what I mean? So, but I'll probably eat tonight a little bit before I go to bed. So, but again, it happens. So that's what I would look at, is the under eating part and more fat. And the Miles Miller's Biofarm, I'm going to try that cottage cheese. I bought everything else they had, but I'm definitely going to buy that cottage cheese. So I'm going to try it.
Good. Let me know if you like it. I love it. Here's a secret, riffing off what Melanie said there, which is great. Melanie is maybe someone who I would call a naturally someone who tends to undereat, whereas I am someone who naturally volume eats. So it's kind of a superpower that I didn't know was a superpower. I thought it was an issue that I needed to fix. There was something wrong with me. But thanks to Raymond and him teaching me that it's a really good thing to have such a healthy appetite, I now embrace the volume eating that I have. But for those who just cannot eat a lot, this is where my secret of start with the breakfast. It really helps you load up. Like, starting that day up with nutrition is so much better than procrastinating and pushing it later and later and later in the day. Well, when you start your first meal later in the day, do you really think you can get enough nutrition and food in when you start at 3, 4, 5 p.m.? Instead, if you make it your job to start that breakfast, you are that much more ahead of all of the other women who think that they're doing something good by over fasting and wrecking their hormones. You are healing. And then if you do want to fast, start the fast like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and fast overnight. Wake up, break the fast. Try it, guys. It really works. Okay, Monica. Do you use skincare and hair care? If so, are they animal-based products? Okay, I do use tallow cream on my face, but because it's summer here in Los Angeles, it's way too heavy. If I put it on summer days, I literally look like a disco ball, and I already do right now. So no thanks. So I just do like a light, no alcohol, no fragrance moisturizer from CeraVe. It's cheap, drugstore, good enough for me. Again, my skincare, I eat it. So it's already taken care of. Laura, how about you?
I also do not use, I use tallow face product in the winter months, but in the summer here in Tennessee, too much humidity. So I have to stop. I did just buy product from, oh, for gosh sakes, now I'm going to forget their name. Something in Spear.
Oh, Stone and Spear. That's what I buy.
Thank you. I just, as a matter of fact, I want you all to take a look at my hair. This is tallow shampoo. And I can't tell you, I wish you could feel it. I wish we could touch, because it really feels awesome. This is the second time I've used it. So the first time it was kind of like, ew, I'm not sure this is going to work. But I washed it again today, like 3 days later, and it feels great. So that's a tallow. It's called.
So not greasy? No film on your hair?
No, it's amazing.
You
But
have to use
now
conditioner.
remember, this hair's been around a lot longer than yours, Bella. So maybe because mine is, naturally drier at my age, but it feels amazing. And I bought their facial mask, which has deer antler in it, and that was great feeling. So I did that yesterday, and then I'm using their night cream. So
Wow.
I'm feeling
Amazing.
a little moist better. But anyway, but I do like tallow in the winter for sure. And I use it on my legs, my arms. I've gotten rid of all my other moisturizers. I just use a whipped tallow-based natural product, and it's great. And I'm really excited about the hair stuff, though. So I'm hoping that it continues and that it improves the quality of my hair. So
I love that you brought up Stone and Spear. That's the brand that I have the tallow cream from. And I also have their anti-aging serum. Have you tried that? They have like all these different.
That's one of the ones I just got. And it feels really good. And I do still have a problem, even at my age, with some breakout. If I use something just periodically, I will get that. And I think part of that, and one of these days I'm going to have a talk with Raymond and see. I think part of it is the hormonal healing. I also use Super Gut yogurt, which Raymond mentioned raises your testosterone levels. So I get some breakouts, but I really like how their product feels. The Stone and Spear. It's not as heavy. It's much lighter. And so far, so good. I've used it a couple nights and I haven't had any breakouts. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. It seems like the carnivore community really loves this brand, Stone and Spear. Anthony Chafee recommends it. Anthony's fiance Elle. I use it. I do like the anti-aging serum. It's nice and light. Sometimes I just use that as my moisturizer. Melanie, do you have recommendation? And the shampoo that Laura talks about is Stone and Spear. It's in the live chat.
And Laura, does it have conditioner too, or just the shampoo?
It's called shampoo and conditioner together, and it's just in one bar, and it does lather. And my hair feels great after, but it's light feeling. It's not, you don't get that heavy conditioned feel, but still very soft and great feeling. And I bought their body soap too. God, I love their products.
Yeah, so I use their product. I have one of their face products. I have their tanning, their tallow sunscreen, the stick, which I don't use very often, but my favorite, though, now that I've tried it a couple of different times, is Faro Skincare. The face,
that's a
face food. Oh my gosh! Even in the summer, it's hot here, but I still will wear a little bit of tallow on my face. Like today, I have it on, but oh my gosh, it's so just sucks right in. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have all the.
I tried them last year, but I didn't have luck, unfortunately, with his Charles product. So, and I like it. I like the skin food. I can use their skin food, but I can't use the product on my face.
So. Well, there you go. So Faro, Stone and Spear seem to be super, super popular there. Look at this comment. I have to put it up. Oh, no. Okay, poor Raymond listening to these beauty tips and products. It looks like he's falling asleep.
Don't be confused. Raymond used these beauty tips. He just doesn't say anything about it. He uses them. He's over there shampooing and tallow. We know he is. But putting on his face in the morning and at night. We know what he does. We know what he does. Yeah.
So cute.
Love you.
Oh my God, love
okay,
you,
now that we've woken Raymond up, we can go to the next question.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's answer this real quick. So where the heck is Todd? Where is Dr. Phil? Okay, let me tell you where Phil is. He's sleeping in bed.
Yeah, it's late for us.
Maybe you're in Pacific time. So I'm in Pacific time. So I feel like I'm still it's daylight outside. But Phil is in Eastern time, and we frequently forget. Like he has a bedtime. I think it's like 8 p.m. or something.
And you don't mess with it.
Just so I can say that for him. I'm older than Phil, and I'm on the same time, and I don't have a bedtime.
Yeah, Laura parties at night, like energy up. We're all different. We love Phil, and he needs to take care of himself. So Todd is resting. Todd is not feeling well today, so we told Todd to take the day off, enjoy his bed as well. sleep, rest. Okay. Rock and roll. We are now over the hour, but Phil's not here, so we can go over the hour if you guys can.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
Let's pull an all-nighter.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold up,
Oh,
hold
Chris,
up.
there's our buddy
Chris.
Christopher. Hi, Chris.
Chris,
I'm
you
gonna
do
be
not
out.
have to do
Oh,
by
that.
the way, thanks,
Please
Chris.
don't do
What?
that, but thank
He's
you so
coming
much.
for our Montana meetup too.
Yes, he
Cool.
is.
Yeah, we saw Chris at the meat stock, so that was
Yeah.
great, Chris. Yeah.
Let's shout out
Love
Chris's
seeing you.
Las Vegas carnivore meetup, by the way.
Yes.
It is July 4th. Save the date, July 4th. And he is doing an epic
No,
meetup. I think he's
17th.
collaborating.
No, July 19th.
Oh,
Right.
Ours
He's
is
coming
sorry.
to our July 4th.
coming
He's
to
coming
ours
to our
on the
Montana.
He's coming
Yeah.
to ours, sorry.
Duh.
Right.
Okay. So his is July. Sorry, say it again, Melanie.
19th.
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 Save the date, July 19th in Las Vegas. Where can people find details, Chris? Can you link it in the live chat for us, please? And he's collaborating with Dr. Kiltz. It's going to be awesome. Do you know any more details about the meetup, Melanie?
I do not. I'd have to have him drop it though. I just know it's going to be in Vegas and supposed to be, lots of fun, lots of food. Yeah.
Drop the link, Chris, and I'm sure a lot of people will save that link, and we'll keep mentioning it. Target Prime Rip says hi. So good to see you.
Thomas.
Always supporting an SPG as well. We
Yeah.
love you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's do a couple more. We'll wrap up, but we can go over the hour. Grace, I would like to ask a question. I totally don't feel that carnivore has been working for me, and I would want to ask around in this community. And as I'm new to it, okay, what's the question here?
Well, new to it is very important. It doesn't work right away. So I just want to
Yeah.
add that. If you're in it for like a month and expecting,
Yeah, what does
these
new mean? Right.
right, what does new mean?
Mm. Well, Grace also asked this right here. Does everyone feel here it is worth joining the Steak and Butter Gang support group? Does it really help someone coming with an ED, like eating disorder? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Grace. I'm not
Community
gonna answer
is
if it's worth
everything.
it. Yeah. But I saw a lot of people chime in. If you're an SBG, guys, share your reviews and thoughts of SBG. You can be brutally honest. We love feedback. Okay. If you hate it, type it. Let us know. So Grace says, I know that health should be the goal, but I'm already way healthy. And in fact, I started off at 50 kg for my height, which is 156 centimeters. Let me just think that's 5'1". Oh, 110
Oh,
pounds.
she put it
5'1".
on there, 110.
I totally didn't expect such a whoppingly fast weight gain from carnivore. It's just triggering my ED again, and I would like to go back to restrictive dieting. So I wonder if Steak and Butter Girl has any tips for this. Oh my God, let me just take this. Let me take this. Grace, I see you're also Asian. I'm Chinese. I think you're Korean with that last name. I'm willing to bet that you were trained growing up to eat less, to be skinny. Like Asian culture, we're all about being like frail and skinny. Like I'm not about it. Why do we chase being frail and weak looking? I don't understand. But the best thing you can do is focus on healing this ED. It will never go away, Grace, if you continue to go back to restrictive dieting. That's just the brutal truth. You cannot starve yourself so that you feel healthy and that you lose weight and you feel good about yourself. You have to pick one or the other. And if you want to heal the ED for good, unfortunately, it's going to be the long route. It's the long route. It's the long game. We're here for you. I just want to let you know that we have a fabulous coach in the SBG team who specializes in helping clients and members with ED. She is a trauma coach as well. She is so good at talking it out with you, helping you, holding your hand through it. It's not an easy path, okay? No one here is saying that it's doable and it's easy and you should just do it right now. The emotions that are involved with committing to actually getting through it and healing, it's not easy. Like the emotions alone is crippling sometimes. It's a very scary feeling to even think that, oh my God, I have to eat more. I get to eat as much as I want. It's very scary. And then I might even gain weight. You actually probably would really benefit from just having that support system. Raymond, you work with ED members and clients all the time. What are your words of encouragement?
I do. And, it's amazing what I notice with anybody with eating disorders. It's it's a disorder because you're hungry. And we don't realize that we think that we're actually healthy at that moment, but we keep hearing that voice over and over. And Grace, I want to say there's a reason you're reaching out. If you were fully healthy and everything was working, well, why reach out? Things are working, right? So now there is perhaps you're following your intuition and saying, I'd like to get rid of this eating disorder that I've had for my whole life. We've had folks that were hospitalized for ED that came into our group, and but they struggled
Yeah.
after the hospital, and they just went back to their eating disorder. But they went through our
Yeah.
group, went through our program, and doing great. For the first time, they said they had this freedom not to think about food. They had this freedom to not obsess about their weight, about their look, and they felt free. As a matter of fact, Catherine was interviewed on your channel. So Bella, and if you want to
Yeah.
go through the archives, you can find Catherine's story. She's a great story for eating disorders.
Exactly. And then I want to just feature Coach Alyssa's comment. She's actually with us in the live stream, watching and supporting in the chat. But Alyssa is a coach in the Steak and Butter Gang team as well. She also helps and coaches people with ED. She says, I've heard this so many times. The last time I had my ED behaviors was the first day I started priming/carnivore. I mean, if she's heard it, she's coaching in there pretty much every other day at this point. Yeah, exactly. Like that just gives me goosebumps. And we don't want to make you feel like, Grace, that it's a necessity to join a community, specifically SBG. No way. But look, we're here. We would love to welcome you in when you do join. And we're here to help you. That's literally our whole purpose as a team in SBG. So let us know. Okay. By the way, I saw this. Caleb, you said I give SBG a 4 out of 5 stars. Please tell me why no 5.
Yeah, what's up?
Little 16-year-old Caleb, please tell me. I would love your feedback. Thank you so
You know,
much.
And Bella, I know that we support other carnivore experts
Yeah.
too and stuff. And I would just like to tell that young lady that, we have a really good friend in our
Great.
group, Dr. Lisa Wiederman, who has struggled with eating disorders her whole life. And they also have Michelle Hearns, who's the Run, Eat, Meet, Repeat gal who does ultra marathons, who came from an eating disorder background. So there's a lot of help out there for you, but we are also here to help you. So whatever works for you, that's what we recommend. But there's plenty of resources out there for you to help with that.
Beautifully said. Thank you for covering that. There's just so many amazing, brilliant minds that I do need you guys to remind me of who to give credit to. Thank you. Julie, thinking about coming to Montana on July 4th. Yay. I just moved back in with family and they've been giving me a hard time, super hard time about being carnivore. Any advice? So, well, firstly, since you
Come over.
since you brought
Come
up
over.
Montana, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you bring your family to this event, they're gonna see all the amazing, super buff male doctors. They're gonna see the glowing, happy, beautiful carnivore women. Like you just need to see. You just need to look at them and watch them interact with people to know that, oh, these are like probably the most healthy people alive. Okay. They're so happy. They're so healthy and kind. And you can also have your family ask these doctors questions by coming to the event. I have actually seen with my own eyes multiple times by now. When I go to these in-person events, a lot of the meetup carnivores who attend, they bring their husband who is skeptical, or a carnivore guy brings his wife. Okay, it takes just one meetup. If you have the right conversation with the right carnivore advocate or doctor, it just takes one meetup to convince the partner, the spouse, the wife, the husband, the daughter, the son. It really works. It's probably the best tactic, okay, to convince family and loved ones about this carnivore diet, is to bring them to a meetup.
I want to have a
Now, how do you join this one on July 4th? SBG.events. I don't know, Lindy, if I can show. Oh, there it is at the bottom. So type SBG.events. Tickets are already sold out for VIP dinner, but we have a couple left for the general experience. Raymond, what do you want to say? Sorry, I cut you off.
No. I cut you off. But I wanted to say that Caleb's 4-star kind of makes sense because we're not there live in person. That's the way I see it. We would get a
Oh,
5-star, and I would
okay.
love to have a chance to actually coach live right there at that event.
I
That'd
know,
be
right?
amazing.
Oh, you're so generous.
There was one time that we did that, and that was at Hack Your
Yeah.
Health. And let me tell you, just
Ooh.
feel of that room, just the energy of that room was just
Wow.
wow. And I still remember it to this day. It was just
Was that the year
amazing.
I didn't go?
Yes,
Yes,
that's the year you did go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
it was
so many good things
amazing. Yeah.
about that one.
There were
God.
tears, there were laughter, there were just bonding. I mean, it was just beautiful. So if we
Oh,
can experience that in person, just like imagine the Zoom, but just 100
yeah.
times better, you know? So,
Dang. Wow. I can't imagine. Yeah, we should try to do that at Montana if we have a chance, if there's time. But in Montana, we're going to make sure to focus, giving plenty of time for you guys to just connect with the doctors, like literally just to mingle. That's what we really want to prioritize for Montana. Okay. So there will be more though. Plenty of meetups. Okay, let's just do 2 more and we will wrap up. I don't want to keep my team here. And Raymond, I know that it's past your bedtime now, right? You're the best.
Raymond, don't shame me. Come on.
I can hang.
Okay, good. Grace responded saying, "Thank you so much. Bella, Coach Nazon, Laura, Melanie really brought tears to my eyes. I'm so grateful to all of you here for the responses. I did consider joining Eddie Abu's group. Everyone here is so hospitable. It's the awful word limit here that's restricting my grad. Oh, you're so sweet, Grace. I love that you are so curious about a carnivore diet. I love Eddie. Eddie is a phenomenal account. He's so funny on Instagram. Eddie is also carnivore. Look, we think any carnivore community will help you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to be in good hands with any carnivore community. So keep us posted though on these live streams. We would love to know how you do. Yeah, you're doing great. Rock and roll. I've been carnivore since August with great results. So that's almost a year now. Good. I love it. I do not exercise. I walk on occasion. I know I should exercise. Can you all share what you do as exercise during the week? Okay, let's quickly go around the table. I do 3 times a week dumbbells at home. So I think you call that strength training if you use dumbbells. I don't go to the gym to do those machines. Not there yet. I just enjoy dumbbell workouts 3 times a week. Raymond, how about you?
Yeah, so I have karate tomorrow actually. So I do karates on Wednesday and Saturdays, and then I'll do rock climbing on Tuesday and then Thursdays. And they're just that's about it.
Beautiful. Laura.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Right.
Okay. I do spin class at least 2 days a week, sometimes 3. I play pickleball usually twice a week for 2 hours at a time. I lift at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So weight training. I do a weight training program called Slow Burn. So you're using weights that you can handle. I can handle a lot more than some. But you're going very, very slowly. And it's usually for 60 to 90 seconds. That works awesome for me. I have such good definition now. It's been a great program. And then I also hike. So I live about an hour outside of the Smoky Mountains. So I do hike with 2 different groups here. And that's not all the time, but probably twice a month, at least once a month. It depends. We've been rained out so much this year. It's been crazy like everybody else. But I do enjoy a broad spectrum of activity. I also paddleboard and kayak too. So
Wow.
I have all those things. So
Amazing. Love that. Melanie?
Well, I don't really do anything. No, I'm just kidding.
we know better.
Yeah, I am pretty much your gym rat person. I've had some injuries over the years, so I pretty much am limited to walking. So I walk 3 to 4 days a week, and I work out the gym 3 to 4 days a week. That's pretty much what I do. I do spin every now and then. Just depends on what way I'm feeling. Just trying to take care of my body the best I can. But, just making sure that I'm in the gym. So that's about it for me.
Well, beautiful. And Melanie, you're how young?
59. Just turned 59.
59. Yes. And Laura's almost 71. Let's see the guns from both of these gorgeous
Oh,
ladies.
oh my God, you're killing me.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh. That is, guys, look at that. Oh, so beautiful.
I'm embarrassed now. Hot.
Sorry
Bless
to
you.
put you on the spot. It's just a picture of health, and why not show it off? So I love it.
Brenda.
Thank you.
Oh, and they can come to the Meet and Muscle Melanie's live show coming up in July.
Hell yeah. Love that.
That's right.
All right. This is our last question that we have time for, and we will have to wrap up. Ellen, welcome. What would be an adequate amount of calories for a 58-year-old female, 1 month on carnivore? I'm getting fat on 4,000 calories a day with 75% fat. 4,000 calories a day is a good amount. I'll say that. I just want to say that, Ellen, this is very little information. This is so little information that it's hard for the team to give you a clear path forward or like what to do. For example, are you trying to heal health concerns? Have you been battling with a long-term vegan diet that you need to heal from? All of these things matter. But right off the bat, Melanie, you're close in age with her. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of hard to answer just because we don't know if she's doing any priming, fasting, if she's just trying to do carnivore on her own. I don't like the idea of counting calories. I think it just to me in my brain, it's kind of a defeat thing. I just eat till I'm full until I can just take one more bite. So yeah, it's kind of hard to answer that question, but I still would think that it all depends on where she's at and how she's spreading it out. Is she just doing 1 meal a day? Is she doing 2 meals a day? Is she doing 5 meals a day? I mean, we don't know. So
Yeah,
And
I'm curious. Yeah, go ahead.
how
Laura.
much restriction is she coming from?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be my first question is, what were you doing before? And if it was a typical female, and that's a lot of restriction in our lives for the longest time, your body might be crying out for those calories and that fat count. And are you going to gain some in the beginning? Yes, you are, but that's eventually going to slow down. And then once your body feels it's in a good place, it's going to allow that weight to go. And your hunger is going to go too. So yeah, we really need more information because 9 times out of 10, women have done nothing but restrict their whole lives. So.
Well, and I would also want to know, like, what does she consider fat? Because I'm not skinny. I'm in good shape. Laura's not skinny either, but we're in good shape. So we don't like skinny. SPG is not here to make you skinny. We're here to make you healthy, make you strong, whatever it is in your inside that you need to heal. Right. So depending on what your idea of fat is, I mean, when I was 206 pounds, I considered myself fat because I was, for my size, I was heavy, but again, it's all relative depending on where you are in your journey and what you consider. She might be, 115 pounds and she thinks she's fat. I don't know, so right. I think that's something to look at.
Mindset as well. Like, what do you even define that as? Ellen just gave a bit more info here for us. 4+ years of OMAD and IF.
Oh, she's not
also,
even enough.
Right. Histamine intolerant, high oxalate, former thyroid. Yeah. So looks like there's plenty of healing to do, and carnivore diet is the best at that.
Yeah, because if she's eating 4,000 calories a day and she's only doing an OMAD, I would say she needs to do 3 MADs and
totally
spread the calories out and do a little bit more calories, more fat, 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm very happy about the 4,000 calories because that's
I'm jealous.
I'm
jealous. 4,000 calories a day.
I can't even. Yeah, but Ellen, I relate to you gaining weight with eating a lot because my first 6 months I was gaining a lot of weight eating 5,000 plus calories. I calculated it after the fact, and I absolutely was consistently eating 5,000 calories a day, every day. Why? Because I had a lot of healing to do. So looking at your goals, I think continue with eating this much, continue with the high fat, spread it out into 3 meals. Again, I personally highly recommend Raymond's priming protocol. It's a beautiful way to mesh healing and nourishing in a really good manner. He gives you weekly calendars. He has the weekly calls to troubleshoot. We do have to wrap up, and I just want to wrap up with sharing screen, giving you guys a little sneak peek, especially for those who are not in the Steak and Butter Gang. We get questions every live stream asking more about what it's like. Is it is it worth the money? So this is the events page. I feel like this showcases the most what you get when you are a member and when you join the challenge. So if we could just up, don't scroll actually. If you can zoom in, Lindy, that would actually be helpful for those who can't see clearly. So when you zoom in on our events, this is the best page and probably the most valuable page in the community app and website. You'll see that we have open chat. Now, I don't talk about this enough. I tend to just skim over the meetings that we offer because I honestly just don't want to sell this community. It's not free. It's $30 a month. And I get it. A lot of you guys just can't afford it. And I don't want to be selling things at all. But when I get questions like we got tonight, and especially looking at Grace's comments tonight that are so special and that are so in need of help, I think it's worth my time to just give you a tour. So this open chat meeting we have 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it is a non-recorded meeting. So it's the ultimate safe place. It is not a live stream, guys. It is a Zoom call. So you hop on this Zoom call, you turn on your camera if you want, or just turn it off. You see all the members in there who are there, and you've got the whole team. You have Coach Alyssa at your fingertips helping you troubleshoot. You've got Todd Bockness also helping out for the members, and you have each other to converse. So you can literally unmute, turn on your camera, hang out, learn from the team. So that's a very safe place because we don't record it. And then every Saturday night, we've got the NSV party. This is my favorite. It's my idea to throw parties and give away free prizes because why not? Gets the energy up. So the community shares non-scale victories, wins of the week every week. And then we've got the troubleshooting from Raymond. This is, by the way, our flagship program. So this is the foundation of the Steak and Butter Gang. That's why we don't shut up about priming and fasting, because it's the foundation of the Steak and Butter Gang. And Raymond is the top coach. He's been helping in the Steak and Butter Gang for almost 5 years now, guys. Like, can we just give a round of applause to him? His consistency is unbelievable. He's still here, excited, helping, generous. He's exactly the same. So he does his priming and fasting every week. That's where you learn from him and you do his protocol. And then we've got the Dr. Q&As. If Lindy, you just want to scroll quickly down from here, sugar and carb, but just take a look at the faces that are coming. Just today, I secured with Sally Norton. Sally Norton is hard to get because she's popular AF, so popular. But we will be working out an arrangement with Sally so that she visits SBG as a guest speaker regularly. So I'm working hard for you guys to get the top leading experts, the doctors that you guys want to learn from. They come in and they take your questions live. So it's not just a YouTube video. It's not a live stream. You interact with them. And I think that's really special, especially for new members struggling who need that guidance. Okay, so I think that's enough of a tour. If you guys want to join us for phase 2, the URL is on the screen. It's also linked down below. Phase 2 of the 90-day transformation challenge happens July 1st. Please take note of that. Yeah, right at the top of the month, because we have the 4th of July Montana meetup. So we want to really make sure we catch our new members right at the top of the month so everybody's good to go. Any final thoughts, Raymond, since you're here?
This is amazing. I just want to say thank you for actually being here. So you guys get to have a little preview of when we get together, of what really kind of happens. And I hope to see a lot of you guys live at Montana. So, would love to hug you and just, cheer you on over there and just be a part of our family. And this is what it's all about. This is why we put all of this effort in, because we want to grow our family. The bigger our family is, the closer I feel like we can get, and the more shoulders that we can cry on, or cheer each other on, or lift each other up. So I just want to say thank you for being here and asking your questions, because those are very important also. Thank you.
Absolutely. We cannot wait to see you in person if you're coming to Montana, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow on Zoom if you're in SPG, and we can't wait to see you next week if you love these live streams. Thank you guys. Love you so much.
Awesome.
And
See you next week. Take
Watch
care.
Animal. Watch Animal if you get a
Watch
chance.
Animal.